those chips are pretty darn good, but I'll be pulling them out of my teeth the whole next round here. Okay, there he is.
I like mine.
Needs to complete the health checks first. Yeah.
Me.
Welcome to Namely 90s. Wow. The podcast that takes you back to the time before smartphones, Google, and Y2K. Join your hosts as they relive the pop culture that shaped a generation and the parts that many people wish they could forget. Listen in to the conversation about how the decade defined those who spent their childhood there and how it shaped them as adults. So, turn down the grunge and dial up the internet. Let's get started. It's time for Namely 90s.
That's right. You are listening to Namely 90s. My name's Andrew. Over there is Brandon. Who's not saying anything? Yeah. Nice.
Sorry, that's me.
Anyway, you can find us online at namely90s.com or on Twitter and Instagram at namely90s with a 90s. Sorry, I got spicy 3D Dorito chip like spice down my throat.
Oh, I crack myself up sometimes.
And you can also find us on YouTube. We record this show each week and release it on Monday, 9 a.m. And that is found at namely90s.com/YouTube. Gosh, this is going to be our February 1999 episode. But first, let's catch up. Let's talk about what's been going on. What's up over there in the old California? Is it on fire?
I thought it was the other night because it smelled smoky when I opened my window. It's been 80. It's been in the 80s the last week. Yeah, January. Who'd have thunk? Like mid 80s.
Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah. Well, let's see. A couple weekends back, the best brawler of all time, or not of all time, in the last 10, 11 years, was finally re-released on the PS4 and Nintendo Switch. All you out there know what I'm talking about. Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the video game, which was a tie-in for the Scott Pilgrim versus the World movie that came out a little over a decade ago. It had like a chiptune band called Anamanaguchi doing the soundtrack, which was amazing. And like for those of you that like the old school brawlers like River City Ransom and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games, the Simpsons game, the X-Men one where like up to 4 players can play together, and you just side-scrolling 2D beat 'em up, and it's honestly it's one of the best. One of the best of those types of games, and definitely the best one in the last decade or so. And it's been off any digital market for at least 6 years at this point.
This is exciting.
I was excited about it. If you want to own a physical copy, because you couldn't last time because of it was just a digital game. Right. You can go to, I think I don't remember where you can find it, but just Google it, you'll find it. And yeah, I was excited to download it again, play it again, even though I still have my PlayStation 3 that I originally had it on.
Wow.
Yeah, good game.
Very cool.
Highly recommend it.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what's going on in my life. And,
cool.
I think we got a new president or something.
Yeah, that's the rumor. Let's see. I got a COVID vaccine. I have not dropped dead yet because that's not really a thing.
Yeah.
So, and in fact, today's episode airing on the 1st means I'm getting my second shot on the 5th, so in just a few days.
Nice.
Where I hopefully also will not keel over. But went to an Albertsons and got it. So
and
that's
Albertsons.
Cool. Mm-hmm.
Did they just clear out the freezer section?
Yeah, exactly. It's just full of vaccines now. No, and I have to say it was a sore arm for just a couple of days, just like your typical flu vaccine, and that was that.
Wow. You being all health conscious and such.
Yeah, I try. As I eat an entire bag of 3D ranch Doritos.
I thought mine was a single serving size. It's 2. And now it upsets me that I've eaten at least half of it already.
Mostly just stuck in my teeth.
Yeah. But yeah. Cool, man.
Yeah.
I'm just patiently waiting for me to enter the group that can take the vaccine, because I'm not an essential worker.
That is true. Sorry.
No skin off of my nose. I will let the older people take it who need it, and I will continue to quarantine and wear a mask because I will have to anyways, even if I get the vaccine.
Right. No, ever since I got it, I've just been spitting on people.
Yeah. I mean, I just purchased another thing of hand sanitizer for my car while I was out trying to find those 3D Doritos for the last episode.
I thought you said ham sanitizer. I was like, is there something about ham that I don't know? Is it particularly dirty? I don't know.
Well, it's just it's a bunch of Jewishly blessed holy water.
But
yeah.
Well, shall we jump into February 1999?
It is the 1st of February, I believe.
Yeah, sure is. I
Yeah.
just looked at the old calendar there, and that was what. Yep.
Yep. Was that your tee up? Am I supposed to be going? Welcome to Namely 90s, where we're professional podcasters.
We've been doing this for quite a while now. Yeah.
We're
Why
on.
don't you tell us what was going on in February 1999?
All right. Let's travel back to February 1999, if you will. On the 3rd, the new MV. Sorry. I got dyslexic there. On the 3rd, the MV New Carissa, which is a cargo ship, ran aground in Coos Bay, Oregon, starting a natural disaster.
Yes. No, bad.
Which Coos Bay is kind of near where I go on the Oregon coast to vacation. So I thought I'd throw that in there.
Yeah, and all those seals died.
Yep. Luckily, Seal didn't die.
Family Guy reference.
On the 8th, Mario Party is released for the Nintendo 64 in North America. And on the 11th, Pluto moves beyond Neptune, becoming the outermost planet in the solar system again, and will last for another 228 years. Except now it's not a planet anymore. Thank you, Neil deGrasse Tyson. And on the 12th, President Clinton is acquitted by the Senate in his impeachment trial. On the 14th, Jeff Gordon wins the Daytona 500. And on the 23rd, Eminem releases the Slim Shady LP, his first major record on a major label. This is the record that has the song that's like, "Hi, my name is Chicka Chicka
What my
Slim."
name is.
Yes. Who?
Right.
My name is.
My name is Chicka Chicka.
Slim Shady.
Wow.
And that will be your lyric reading for the week. In the box office, on the 12th, we have My Favorite Martian. On the 19th, we have Jawbreaker, as well as October Sky and Office Space.
Yes.
The Billboard charts for the first week in February 1999. Number 1, Baby One More Time by Britney Spears for the first week, followed by Angel of Mine by Monica for the rest of the month. Number 5, we have All I Have to Give by the Backstreet Boys, which I don't recognize. Number 7, Jumper by Third Eye Blind. Number 8, Angel by Sarah McLachlan. Number 9, Save Tonight by Eagle Eye Cherry. Number 10, Hands by Andrew's favorite, Jewel.
Yes.
Number 11, Slide by the Goo Goo Dolls. Number 12 is Lullaby by Sean Mullins. I really like that song. It's everything's gonna be all right.
You're not going to read the lyrics to Jewel's song? We do too much Jewel anyway.
Yeah, and I actually like that song. Didn't we read those already?
Briefly, I think a small amount of them.
Number 13, Believe by Cher. Number 17, Miami by Will Smith. Number 21, Doo Wop by Lauryn Hill. And number 23, Can I Get Up by Jay-Z.
He gotta. I'll tell you something. And now a reading from the Book of Jewel. You tell me. It cannot be so, you say. Simple hands cannot change the fate of humanity, I say. Humanity is a boundless, absorbing heart, transcending death and generations and centuries, absorbing bullets and stitches and tear gas, enduring humiliation and illegal abortions and thankless jobs. I say to you, the heart of humanity has not and will not be broken, and let us raise ourselves like lanterns with the millions of others, with the mad and the forgotten, and the strong of heart to shine.
What?
It's completely nonsensical. Completely.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. Illegal abortions, man.
Hey Name My 90s faithful, this is Brandon, or as I'm known on the internets, B Schwitty. Before Andrew and I started this journey into podcasting, I had a solo project on YouTube called Rewind with B Schwitty, a thrice-weekly edutainment series focusing on making wine more accessible to everyone. And as you may have heard earlier in this episode, I'm reviving the series for a third season, which started today, Monday, February 1st. We're doing crazy wine pairings, background of wine grapes, interviews with people like the Taco Bell sommelier from Instagram. It's going to be a great time. We're doing episodes every single weekday, that's Monday through Friday, through the month of February. So check us out. It's going to be a really good time. Find us at rewindshow.com to get to our YouTube channel. That's rewineshow.com. And now, back to Namely 90s. Welcome back. Where do you want to go for this one?
I don't know. Can I just ask, what's with the white people doing the power fist? Do we have to cut that out?
What?
It's a thing now.
Did you just Did you just power fist the camera?
No, that's like a thing that like the Republicans are doing now.
Oh, well, because they can't just overtly do the OK sign anymore.
Oh.
Which is a white power symbol, apparently.
Okay, now they do the power fist, which is like the douchiest thing ever. We can cut that out. I just had to ask because I just saw it again.
I mean, it's just another example of white people taking black culture.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, rockers also like to fist pump. Just saying.
It's bad.
Well, I thought we would start strong. Office Space.
Yes, that is a good. I love that movie, honestly.
Office Space by Mike Judge satirizes the work life of a typical mid to late 90s software company, focusing on a handful of individuals weary of their jobs. It stars Ron Livingston, Jennifer Aniston, Gary Cole, Stephen Root, David Herman, Ajay Naidu, and Diedrich Bader.
Yes, it does. Yeah, it's just a perfect movie. I don't know what makes it so good, but it's just an excellent film.
I love Diedrich Bader's character. He plays the neighbor. He's a construction worker, and he's just like, he sounds like he's stoned out of his mind every time he's on. He's just like, man, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Yeah. Man.
Can you curse if you're quoting somebody? Is that allowed? I don't know.
Yeah, go for it.
No, I'm not gonna do it. But no, he's really a freaking hilarious character in that movie. Ron Livingston, I always like Ron Livingston and stuff. I think he's always like entertaining and pretty good actor.
Band of Brothers.
Yeah, Jennifer Aniston. I guess this was during Friends.
During
right?
Friends, yeah.
Yeah, so she
was America's sweetheart already. Her character worked at a Tchotchkes, which was a like a TGI Fridays type
It's
restaurant
like a bad chain, American restaurant
where you have to wear a bunch of like pins and
your flair.
Yes, pieces of flair is what they called them.
And the guy was like, "You need to have more pieces of flair," and she's like, "Listen, dude, I'm doing the bare minimum here." It was just kind of like, it was funny.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't one of the guys from that? Isn't that the guy from
Scrubs?
No, from a sitcom.
Scrubs.
I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. My favorite quote between Jennifer Aniston's character and Ron Livingston's character is, "The Nazis had pieces of flair that they made the Jews wear." And
Oh my gosh!
And she's like, "What?" And he's like, "I don't know."
It's so bad, but yet that's a really funny line. I agree with you.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the main premise of the movie was let's see, the main character, I don't even remember, Peter. His boss is just like, "Yeah, Peter, I'm gonna have to have you come in on Saturday."
Oh, Lumberg, yeah.
Bill
That's like
Lumberg.
one of the iconic pieces of that movie. And then there's like all these memes about that. People have modified that. The Lumberg guy is super hilarious. Yeah, and then there is the consultants that come in.
Oh yeah.
And one of the guy is Dr. Cox from Scrubs, the actor who plays. And I don't remember what was so funny about them other than just like those, it's always some consultant that comes in that just doesn't really know anything, and they come in to make these recommendations. But the fact that they just love that Peter, it's Peter, right?
Yeah.
They love that he's just like a straight shooter.
Because he got hypnotized, and then like the therapist died while he had him hypnotized, so he was like in a trance for a whole weekend or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, by all accounts, it should not be a good movie, but it is.
It didn't get it didn't do well in the box office, but it became a cult classic. The side characters are great too. One of his co-workers is named Michael Bolton, and he just gets pissed off every single time someone asks, "Are you two related?"
And then like the PC load letter. I always reference that when the printer runs out of paper or whatever, and some people just look at me like I'm weird. It's funny. I love it.
That's where we get somebody has a case of the Mondays.
Oh yeah.
And so one of the best parts of this movie is when they're like leaving the company, and they steal the printer and then go out to a park and just beat it down with a baseball bat
to the tune of "Die Mother Effer."
Yes. Great use of rap songs in this. Like when Peter's in his chilled and relaxed mood, the song that's playing is "Damn It Feels Good to Be a Gangster."
Yeah. I do like at the beginning of the movie where he's in traffic and he keeps moving into like the better lane, and then every time he moves over, it immediately stops. The other lane goes faster.
Classic.
Oh gosh, that's real life, man.
Oh,
and then of course
Milton. We forgot about Milton, the guy with the stapler who apparently was fired like months ago, hadn't been getting his paycheck, and was still showing up to work because no one bothered to tell him that he had been fired.
Yeah, they decided just not paying him would be the way to get rid of him.
Yeah, and then Lumberg keeps like having him move to smaller and smaller cubicles and keeps taking his things
until eventually he ends up in the basement, right?
Yeah, and then Lumberg takes his stapler and he's like, "Actually, that is my stapler that I brought in from home."
And then, spoiler alert, he burns the friggin' place down.
Yeah. Yeah. We didn't even touch on the fact that the main characters
embezzled money from the company.
Yeah. It was only supposed to take the hundredths of a penny, and it's like it was like taking a whole dollar. I don't remember.
It was taking a ton. They like moved the decimal to the wrong place. But
yeah,
if you have not seen Office Space,
it
is definitely a movie to watch. Definitely do it.
And we don't often agree on movies to recommend.
That's true. Check it out, man. Check it out.
That's Namely 90s Seal of Approval.
2 thumbs up.
And also the leap to conclusions, Matt.
Oh yeah.
One of his coworkers like gets hit by a bus or something, or no, he was gonna kill himself and so his wife could claim the insurance money because he got fired. And then she opened the garage door too early and asked him what he was doing. He's like, and looking into his eyes, or into her eyes, he found the will to live again. He backs out into the street in his car and is immediately T-boned by like a garbage truck or something.
Oh, it doesn't just phase through his car.
No, not yeah.
Just a drunken garbage truck driver.
That's where it went. Yes, yeah. It took 7 years, but he finally collided with someone.
He's just been driving through residential surface streets, phasing through families of 4 in their minivan until he eventually hits the guy from Office Space.
Yes.
The guy from 90210.
I'm now going to have to see if that was the exact same garbage truck, and if not, make some creative edits.
It's the one garbage truck Hollywood's been using since the beginning of time. I actually don't think it's a garbage truck. I think it's just like a giant...
Was it a bus?
I think it's like a giant pickup truck.
Oh, I thought it was a garbage truck. We'll have to figure this out, and then we may have just created a new like fan theory.
Yeah. Okay, I'm watching the video of him getting hit by the truck. Hold on, I have to know. Oh, the guy with the O face. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, he's the one telling it, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, didn't she sleep with Lumberg?"
Oh, it's just like a big GMC dually pickup that hits him.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
It would have been much better if it was. Wait, it was like the one from Back to the Future?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Britney Spears releases the album "Baby One More Time." This in 1999. Your wife and I argued about this for quite some time, Kayla and I, because. I think she was adamant that "Baby One More Time" came out in 1998, and I was adamant that it came out in 1999. So much so that we had to pause the Rocket League game that we were playing and Google it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I conceded that she was correct. It came out in 98. The single came out in 98. What I failed to notice is that the entire album, came out in 99, which is where we were having our discrepancy. And I might be remembering this wrong, Kayla, so I apologize. But I think that's why we were like quoting different years, because
I feel like that's happened recently a couple of times with you and me. Is like where we both recall something and we're both partially right, which is unusual. But there was another thing like that recently.
I remember things differently.
Well,
Kidding.
Let's go back into the archives and look. No.
Yeah. No, you're right. That probably happens all the time. But yes, so the first single, which was "Baby One More Time," was released in 1998 in October of that year.
So the lyric, right?
Mm-hmm.
"Hit me, baby, one more time." So what is she referring to actually?
I assume it's like a slap on the keister.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's just if you really just think about the lyrics, you're like, literally hit me one, like.
Yeah, this is a song. It was the 90s. It's a song about domestic abuse.
She also released a song called "Choke Me a Little Bit." No, just kidding.
Well, I mean,
okay.
The third single on the album is "You Drive Me Crazy." So.
Which was funny because she then ended up going crazy.
Yes, but I think she has residency in Vegas right now.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not right now with COVID, but...
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Did you like that song?
I remember the music video, I believe, mostly. It was definitely, one of those things where you're just like, you're a kid and you're just watching her on TV and you're like, something's happening here.
Oh, yeah. I see what you mean. Like when you watched the video for Wrecking Ball?
I mean, I wasn't a prepubescent child.
I experienced shrinkage during that song, which is a Seinfeld term, right?
Yes.
I did it.
Are you going to start watching Seinfeld?
No double dipping. Kayla wanted to watch it the other day, and I just would not do it. She was
Wow.
pretty frustrated.
Well, I mean...
But to be fair, it was nighttime, and I knew I was going to fall asleep. And it's like I want to start a new show, and I'm about to fall asleep. You know?
Yeah, it's something that you actually want to pay attention to.
Yeah.
But yeah, wow. We should have you do like a Seinfeld check-in when you start watching it again.
Oh, that could be fun.
Yeah. But yeah, so this album is arguably what reignited the pop idol craze, I guess.
Right.
It's ranked 41st on the best albums of all time on the Billboard Top 200 albums of all time. I thought this was the one that had Lucky on there because I really liked that song, but that was the 2000 album. Oops, I Did It Again. Which, yeah, those two these two albums just kind of get mixed in my head because they're basically the same thing. But yeah, I liked Britney Spears at the time. It was poppy, but it was pop music, and I was still like within 10 years of age. That's what they played on the Star 101.5
With Kent and Allen in the morning.
Yeah.
Every time.
Which neither of them sounded like that.
No, I don't know why. I just have to make that reference every single time.
Absolutely. And it's the first time this year that we made it.
Yeah, and we're not changing, dang it.
Nope. Yeah, so I don't know, did you like Miss Spears? Would you, if you went back to Vegas in the next few years, would you go to see a show
I feel like it'd be a pretty good show, I imagine. I hope Brooks and Dunn are still there. They were doing a residency there at some point, I believe. I would
Were
see
they doing
both
a
of those.
residency when we were there last, like a decade ago?
No, I don't think so. I think Celine was still down there.
Cher was at the Coliseum, Caesar's Palace.
Kayla loves Cher. She would have seen that.
I only remember that because that's where the slot machine that I won a bunch of money on was.
Yeah,
like,
I think
right
we were
outside
taking
the
a
doors.
picture in front of a Celine Dion poster, and you won like $300.
I thought it was Cher.
No,
Was that Celine Dion? Oh.
it was. I bet you still have the picture somewhere.
You go find that picture. That was the day we ate at Mesa.
Bobby Flay's restaurant, which has closed, but I think they're putting a new restaurant by him
Was
in there.
terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
No, I was surprised.
All Bobby Flay does is like put a red and green chili sauce on everything.
Yeah,
and make it out of blue corn.
Southwestern.
My friend has a theory that he and Guy Fieri have an ongoing feud because they've never appeared in the same show ever on Food Network.
Interesting. And then we got. I think we should talk about Mario Party. I never played the original.
Mario Party 26 now?
We're on Super Mario Party, which is the 11th in the mainline game. Plus, there are 5 or 6 other handheld versions, which I had one of.
You had that written down already.
Did I?
I hope. Otherwise, it's a little embarrassing.
No, you're right. I had it written down. I haven't played. I have not played many Mario Parties. I've watched people play Mario Party. I don't. It's not my game. I don't like it. The mini games are random and dumb, and the way in which you win is mostly up to computer generated chance, which I think is dumb. It's not a game of skill. It's a game of dumb luck.
Yeah,
which is infuriating as a party
I don't like it very much. I mean, I'm just not by nature, believe it or not, I guess, a very competitive person. And I always lose, so I just get frustrated and quit, which is probably where my kids get that from.
Wouldn't that mean you are competitive? You just are...
I'm just bad. Yeah, I'm competitive but bad at games, so it's very frustrating, as you'd imagine.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, Mario Party is a party video game featuring 6 playable characters: Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, Yoshi, Wario, and Donkey Kong. In the game's storyline, Mario and his friends argue about which of them is the superstar, a figure upon whom the entire world can rely. To settle their dispute, they set out for an adventure to determine which of them is the most worthy of the title. It's basically a board game on a video game with, like, you're just trying to collect stars, and whoever collects the most stars by virtue of landing on the space and having enough coins to pay for the stars, that's how you win the game. Except when the rounds are over, there's like 3 or 4 random stars awarded at the end for just random, like, who collected the most coins, or who sucked the most, or
me.
Yeah. So while it's a great equalizer, it can be very infuriating if you're not like just savagely beating everyone in the game.
Yeah, fair enough. That would be me, not savagely beating everybody.
Then maybe you'd be one to play it.
I think I've played it just a couple of times. There were other games kind of in that same genre. Like there's this one for the Xbox. We still have an original Xbox, and we keep this game because Kayla loves it. It's called Fusion Frenzy, and it's like the Xbox version of Mario Party. Huh. I'm so bad at that game. It's horrible.
That sounds terrible.
How bad I am is horrible. The game itself is just whatever. It's an old Xbox game. But.
Yeah. I don't know. Mario Party, it seems like a giant waste of time. Sponsor us, Nintendo. Mario Party, a giant waste of time. But yeah, it only serves to like enrage or infuriate. And
what do you think the purpose of that game is? Do you think there's a reason it exists other than
make money?
Okay, yeah, fair enough. That's capitalism.
Yeah, Japanese capitalism. No, I think they just they
I almost mashed those words together and then thought better of it.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I was doing it just for the sort of, that's what I do. I always mash words together, and then I almost said it, and I was like, yeah, nope, not going to do that one.
It took us 36 episodes plus 13 specials for Andrew to realize that he should think before he speaks.
Yeah, whoops.
Cue the small chorus of children saying, yay.
Yeah. Ding.
Oh, yeah. And if you were upset by me using Andrew saying ding 3 episodes ago for every time he got an answer correct, find us on Twitter and tell us about it.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I actually, I was listening to that episode back, and I was like, did I say ding every time? It took me about 4 or 5 answers to realize that Brandon just cut that in.
Yeah,
I feel really dumb now.
It amuses me sometimes. So when he told me that, I could not stop laughing for 5 minutes straight. Like literally,
Ding.
Yeah, I was.
This is me actually doing it, by the way.
Yep.
Ding.
And that wasn't. And I guess I think we did it for this week. Unless you want to talk about Pluto.
No, Pluto sucks.
No,
I'm just kidding.
You hear about Pluto? That's messed up.
Are they talking about making it a planet again?
I think so. I don't know. I think there's a planetoid that's like bigger than Pluto, but that's not a planet, or that's not a planet either. I don't know.
Planetoid?
Yes, not a dwarf planet. I think that's different. And I guess that's it for this week's edition of Namely 90s. Remember, you can find new episodes out every Monday. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at Namely 90s with a 90s, or find our personal accounts at bschwitty and at Namely Andrew, and tell us what you tell us what you want us to talk about on future episodes, or anything about the current episode. You can also contact us through our website, namely90s.com. Please subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, YouTube, Johto, Deezer, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and wherever you get your podcasts at. I'm Brandon, that's Andrew, and we will catch you next time.